Hey yo, what's good my people? It's your boy Aleko. You already know what time it is. In today's episode, I'm gonna be breaking down a jazzy, tribal, Afrobeat inside of Logic Pro X. Let's waste zero time and dive straight into it. Alright, first things first, piano. So I was at work and then I wanted to test out a new VST that I got for free with my audio interface. This is it. It's the Analog Lab. As you already know, I always start off with the piano a lot of times. In fact, the melody, I played it on my computer keyboard and it goes like this. I played that and I recorded it and it sounds like this. Alright, I duplicated that melody onto another piano. I didn't change any other settings here, left it as is. So together, both the pianos sound like this. Next thing I added was a sort of like a whistle that sounded like it was playing in a forest or something. So I made this melody. Oh, by the way, I used the retro synth and the sound is called Cheerful Melody. Cheerful Melody plus the pianos together sounds like this. I used another retro synth and on its own it sounds like this. Combine that with the cheerful melody and the pianos, it all sounds like this. At this point, I wanted a melody that kind of drove the entire beat, something that was repetitive, and I also wanted it to sound like a muted guitar, like a mute guitar. So I found this sound, it's actually a bell, and on its own, it actually sounds like this. This is the sound. It's literally just repeating itself over and over. On its own, it sounds like this. Literally, that's it. All right, so let's combine that with all the other sounds that we have so far, and it sounds like this. Nice. And at this point, I wanted one other sound, just like a little throwaway sound that comes and goes every now and then. And on its own, that sound sounds like this. Again, just a repetitive sound, nothing extraordinary. You'll notice that when you're making tribal Afro beats with a jazzy vibe, there's going to be a lot of repetition. You don't want to overcomplicate the melody. In fact, what makes it really spicy is that repetition because it gives it a hypnotic vibe because it is so repetitive, right? Now, the next thing that I added was actually the drums. This is when I started adding the drums. First thing I did is I added a loop, and this was the loop on its own. Nice. And then to the loop, I added a kick, which sounds like this together with that. and the only other extra sound that I added was a conga. Altogether it sounds like this. Nice. And now we can play all the drums and all the sounds except for the bass. I'll bring in the bass last. So everything combined at this point sounded like this. Really nice loop. At this point, I decided I wanted to add a bass. Well, it's two basses combined, and they sound like this. So the bass and all the instruments together sounds like this. Nice. And this is the point where my good old trusted VST comes in. Y'all already know what I'm talking about, and that is arcade. And so on arcade, I found saxophone loops, and that's what gives it that jazzy vibe. So that's where the combination of tribal and jazzy comes in. It's the African drums combined with the saxophone, and we got the tribal, and the saxophone on their own sound like this. All right. So when we play the saxophone and all the other sounds together, it sounds like this. That's awesome. All right, and that's pretty much the beat. Everything else is just incidental sounds. It's like fills and also just the changing of the melody of the saxophone. Other than that, I am ready to play y'all the beat. I did find a vocal loop on Looperman that I chopped up here and there to just try and get an idea of what it would sound like if you had an artist on this beat. But y'all can explore that on your own. If you download the project file, you can just go ahead and unmute what I did and truly get a feel for it. Other than that, it's been good. It's your boy Aleko. I'm super excited for this one. I hope y'all enjoyed this breakdown. I look forward to making the next one. The beat is available for download. You know what you gotta do. It's in the description section. Go ahead and subscribe, share this channel, show some love to your boy. I love y'all. I'm out until next time.